going to figure out what kind of train wreck this is going to be.
Space Wolf on 3.
Welcome to fucking Warhammered.
Hey, everybody, how are you?
A very special Christmas edition.
A very special Christmas edition. Although, yeah, well, you know what? Fuck it. We could put this one out and then put out the intro version. Why not?
It's Christmas.
Yeah. It'd be
Merry fucking Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Happy holidays.
And Festivus and whatever it is this time of year that you dig.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of crazy. I was looking at the calendar. Hanukkah and Christmas are falling in the same time. And that hasn't happened so it doesn't.
Yeah, I was just talking to a friend of mine on Monday who was like, and he was like, today starts like day one. And I was like, oh shit. So like Christmas is actually falling on the, which doesn't happen all the time.
No. And
last year it was crazy early or something like that.
I remember last year it was like in like mid-December. And I was just like, what's going on? And then not Festivus, but Kwanzaa is on Christmas as well.
Well, it's Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah, so I want to celebrate Festivus one year.
I've done it. It's amazing. What
feats of strength did you do?
That's a whole story. It's like a whole thing.
That's great.
It's like a whole fucking story. But this is Warhammered. I'm Jazz. That's Big Jim, and that's Beer Jim.
Hey.
And we're here to drink booze and lie to you about gaming lore.
Yeah.
Because
and stuff.
It's not really a lie so much as it's just speaking.
It's all made up.
Right. It's speaking from a confident place of ignorance.
It's wave top level.
Yeah.
I mean, 100 episodes from now, if we get that far, you're probably going to get a better, more deeper dive into content. But right now,
none of us are getting paid for this.
You kind of get what you get.
Yeah.
So we do a 5-minute wrap up beforehand. Like, what are we talking about? I don't know.
We'll figure it out. But most of the time, we are brought to you by Second Pitch Beer Company, where we enjoy most of your delicious brews.
Yes.
But today, you actually brought us.
I brought some whiskey.
You brought some whiskey. So
I'm the only beer drinker, really. I'm like, no, Jazz is a huge beer drinker. Big Jim, unfortunately. Is not a beer drinker.
So we got Christmas presents.
And then if you listen to Jass's other podcast, I don't know if we can.
You shouldn't. You absolutely shouldn't. I do have another podcast. It's called The Freedom Friends. We actually plugged this one on The Freedom Friends this week. So all those people are shouting out this one. So
fantastic.
So if you're here from there, welcome. And I'm sorry that you have found yet another mediocre show that I'm on.
I keep wanting to say it's a mediocre podcast, but that's already taken. I guest host on that one sometimes, so it's a lot of fun. Yeah. But it's different topics.
That one's a very different animal,
and we get to smoke, which is nice.
And we do get to smoke cigars on that show, which is quite nice. But you brought us some whiskey for the holiday this year, and we appreciate it.
And you just went on this diatribe of this is real bourbon. This is not real bourbon. And I was just like, fuck, I better bring some real bourbon.
Yeah.
So
it's the only alcohol protected by federal law.
That's right.
So bourbon is the only one that's actually protected by federal law.
I did not know that.
There is a federal mandate on what bourbon has to be.
Yes.
Right.
And if you don't fall within that federal mandate, you're not bourbon.
Okay, well that's great because I found bourbon and I don't know if it's good bourbon or bad bourbon.
It's good bourbon.
Yeah, I looked at the prices of the bourbon and then I thought to myself what these guys deserve, and I came to a price point.
Yeah, nice. I like it.
He's going to keep to himself.
I like it.
And then I came to a price point. I was like, that's it.
Man, you went at a brutal time to go fucking buy bourbon. Bourbon is just out of control right now. The pricing is just.
Well, it's always like that, especially this time. Once you get in
this time of year, I went yesterday and I saw Kentucky Owl for $300.
Yeah, it's funny because that's about $100 more than it probably should be.
So I've bought Kentucky Owl for about $115 a bottle.
Yeah,
and it was $300 on the shelf.
Yeah, Kentucky Owl was like $115. I saw that when I was even like kind of looking at it, and I was like, no,
it's good.
Yeah, I have 3 kids and a wife. And
I think at that price, there's a lot of other bourbons I buy before I bought Kentucky Owl, but this is good, and we thoroughly appreciate it.
Yeah, and my pleasure. Merry Christmas.
And we're still drinking it out of the Second Pitch beer glasses.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Just really,
I got like 2 things going here.
Well, I'm just excited that Big Jim is drinking with us because usually it's you and me just pounding beers as fast as humanly possible. And he's
over there with his water cup.
Yeah, with his water cup or his iced tea. Just
it's got vodka.
Being the
usually though.
You mean the water
Thursday. I got to go to work Friday. It's not because I got to go to work because I work for the government, so who gives a shit? But I got to train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm done for I hit my high water mark today. I had a good day in the gym. So now we drink.
So wait, that water cup that you pulled just like right out of your car and keep on drinking
all
the way in straight vodka. I'm glad we were knowing about that.
Yeah. So I had a feeling. I've known him long enough now that I'm like, what do you got there? A Yeti cup? Yeah, okay. Well, I know what he drinks water out of, and it's not a Yeti cup.
Oh, okay.
So that's, I think, more of the advantage.
If you ever see Big Jim out in the wild.
It could just be iced tea. My wife's got me on an iced tea kick. So.
Iced tea's great.
I'm a sweet tea junkie, man.
I like it.
I can't do it. I can't do sweet tea.
Yeah, you're also from the West Coast, though.
Yeah, I'm from California, but it's just like, I don't want tooth rotten.
No, that just means that we know you're broken, like, fundamentally. So,
no, it's true.
I would hope that Texas has worn off on you.
No, he's doing okay.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah,
he's doing all right.
Doing all right.
Do you have guns?
Oh, I've always had guns.
Yeah, no, that's never been like his thing.
Yeah, like I grew up on, my grandparents owned a cattle ranch.
Well, where'd you grow up?
San Jose, so in the Bay Area.
In the Bay Area.
Yeah, near San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then if you go across the hills, there's a little town called Patterson. My grandparents owned like a couple thousand acres of cattle ranch out there, and so I would like work there on like the weekends and like during the summer and stuff like that. So
California Texan.
Yeah, the real Californians, not the people who've run into California.
I think that's the big thing, right? Is that a lot of people are like, fuck California. And I'm like,
well,
what you really mean is there's like two cities that you don't like, and the rest of it's actually not bad.
Yeah, the rest of it is not bad. Yeah, it's beautiful state.
The problem is those two cities are also kind of controlling all the politics out there. But anyways, that's not what this show is about.
It's not what we do here.
This show is about us discussing gaming lore that we've spent a solid 30 seconds kind of perusing.
Yeah.
And then we're going to just,
it's the latest, or, movies or stuff to deal with the latest.
But I do want to talk about one thing before we get started, though.
Do it.
We called Henry Cavill. We called it here.
Yeah, so
we called it here first.
It's kind of interesting.
Ours, I owned it.
So the show is going to come out after the announcement happened because of just when we started recording the show. But we recorded the show and we were talking about like, man, it would be great if they did this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And if Cavill got involved. And literally the morning after we recorded the show, the official posting came out that said like, yep, he's coming to Amazon. They're doing this show.
If you listen to that one, though, you have some concerns about Space Marines. Every goddamn picture of him is in space, in a Space Marine-y kind of thing.
Or the
that's
Emperor.
Because everybody's photoshopping.
It's definitely not going to be the Emperor. I know they're photoshopping.
Everybody's photoshopping it over, or they're showing like him with a picture of what's called a Reaver.
Yeah.
So a Reaver is part of they're not the firstborn Space Marines, they're the Primaris. They're part of the Primaris Space Marines.
Yeah.
And if you look at that armor design, because my concern was a Space Marine's armor isn't going to translate to real life well. Right. Like it's just going to look goofy.
Yeah, Reaver armor is more like tactical armor.
Yeah, well, and the Primaris armor isn't it's more rounded, streamed out. Yeah. Like it's far more. It's like you said with the Halo thing. It's a little bit more Halo-ish and a little less. Shoulder pads that are to my top of my head and kind of thing. So, and me, like everybody else that has anything to do with the Warhammer community, is we're going to piss and moan and yell and be upset about it because that's what Warhammer fans do.
Yeah.
Like
well, that's what any fan of an IP does.
Yeah. But Warhammer fans definitely take it to the whole, like, in the grimdark future, there is only war. And we're like, fuck that. It's war now. Let's fight about this right now.
I am starting a kerfuffle.
So
I will kerfuffle the
So we get so mad about it.
And they can make it so much easier if they don't use Space Marines in most of the show.
Yeah. And I think that's where it comes back to our conversation before. See previous episode and or if I decide that this Christmas episode, since we kind of explained what the show's about, will be the kickoff episode.
Yeah.
Then find subsequent episode where we have the original conversation that we're now recapping on this show. It's all timey-wimey, nimby-bimbly kind of shit. Don't worry about it.
Inception podcast. Yes. Inception podcasting. We're going to talk about
maybe do some time traveling here.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, we'll just Doctor Who it. It'll be fine. Yeah, Don't worry about it. It's good. We're good. We're good.
Big fan.
So, you know what? We're going to have... I'll make up a segment.
Oh,
ready?
I love it.
Let's get to know our hosts a little bit more.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
On this very special edition.
On this very special Christmas edition of Warhammered. Let's get to know the hosts a little bit better. So, I'm going to ask this question, and you cannot say...
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Because this is what I play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay? If you could be a member of a legion...
Okay. Yes.
What Legion would it be? And it can't be something like, because I think the models are cool.
Okay.
So you don't get to be a mini. You have to
be a dude.
You actually have to be a dude in the Legion.
Okay.
So
okay. Couple. Can I ask some clarifying questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I okay? Do I have to pretend? Do I have the veil of ignorance of like I'm a part of the Legion, but I don't know if I'm a serf or if I am just a regular guy or I'm a space marine, or what?
I'm gonna go
more
with
like a veil of ignorance. Like, hey, you're a part of.
No. So what you are an Imperial. Okay. We'll go further, right?
Okay.
So you are an Imperial citizen.
Okay.
Who has now decided that you're going to go through the whole neophyte process to join a Legion.
A lot of them don't get to, but okay.
Most don't, right?
Yeah.
Space Marines in the actual Warhammer universe are crazy rare.
Yeah.
It's like 1 in a billion people becomes a space marine.
Well, if you look at some,
but also people don't choose.
Yeah, some
of the planets, they're literally like, I hope you live.
They don't even believe they're real. They think they're just as much a myth as anything else. And Abnett writes about that all the time.
So, but there are some of the ones that like. Yeah, they pursue it. They want to go.
Ultramarines are a great example.
Well, I think you can
that
actually.
One's hard because you're the leader of the 500 worlds. Like what he is.
Yeah. But I think you also
you petition to be a space marine.
But I thought you could.
Your family wants.
No, there's stories about those like off of Terra and stuff like that. They're like, I want to serve, and I only want to serve, so I want to go be a member of the Legion.
I think there's some of that stuff in some of the lore.
So we'll twist the rules. We'll twist the rules a little bit, and you get
great.
You are aware of the Empire.
Yeah.
You are aware of the lore of the Legions, and we're gonna go. We are gonna go M29. So
M29.
So all 20 Legions exist.
Oh, so we're not 40K in it.
You're not 40K in it.
Oh,
but pre-heresy.
Pre-heresy, everything's great.
So the 20 Legions exist. You can make your call. You're gonna go serve, and you know what? I'll even include the IG.
Imperial Guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
So who do you pick? If you could just
I'm gonna defer to Big Jim first.
Well, if we're going so
you can't because you already were in
We're about to learn some things about each other right now.
So if you said you had to go Imperial Guard or Space Marine, if we're going Imperial Guard, I'm gonna be one of Gaunt's guys. I'm gonna be a ghost.
Okay,
but if we're gonna be, but if I'm
29, he's not around.
He's not around.
Yeah, that's 40.
So, and there's nothing really special about the Imperial Guard.
Better tech. They had a lot better tech.
Yeah, and
they had better tech in 30K than they do in 40K.
Yeah,
it still sucked.
It still sucked.
It's still miserable.
I'm like, it wasn't 15 minutes of your.
It's basically World War I with laser guns. Like they suck. Yeah. No, I'd probably be a Raven Guard.
You'd go Raven Guard.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because their mission.
Because he's so.
They're the special forces of the good guys. Granted, I mean, because I could not bring myself to be. Even I know Horus's guys are going to flip, and I know they're all going to flip. So it's kind of hard to get past that block.
Right.
Right. I'm not a magic-y guy, so I'm not going with Magnus, because we know he's wrong. But
fucking Christ.
So it's either going to be a White Scar or it's going to be because I can get off on being fucking Genghis Khan on motorbikes.
I'm not going to lie. White Scar, because I've known you for a couple of years now. White Scar, I totally see.
Yeah.
Raven Guard, I did not see.
I love them. There's just not a lot. A couple of books, and
there isn't a lot of stuff.
The guys that survive.
Oh no, it's not Jess. It's just Jim is not a subtle person.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that what they do and their missions and how what they were forced to become.
And that's why it's like he's such a big guy.
But you're not exactly the like
dude. Those guys are monstrous and they disappear into the freaking shadows kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Says the tanker.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be. I was a tanker because I just
he literally drove a tank.
Like you wouldn't be like a Iron Hands or anything like that.
No, God, no. I'm not chopping parts of my body off.
But I could totally see now the White Scars, the whole we're gonna come hard and fast.
Yeah,
I like.
And there will just be nothing left.
Yeah,
that totally tracks. I totally the Raven Guard thing. I'm not gonna lie, that one.
I like those guys.
Yeah, I thought you were definitely be one of Perturabo's boys.
I don't fucking like him.
Yeah,
he's a bitch.
You know what? I'm gonna back him on that.
Oh yeah,
one.
no.
Yeah,
he rides a whole fucking lot
or like an Imperial Guard or not Imperial Guard.
I like the orange guys, but
I expected fists. I expected him to be a yellow boy.
Like I like him, but their mission is like, dude, we got to get after it. And they don't kind of like we're gonna get into defense. We're gonna
Yeah, but somebody's got to make sure the castle doesn't fall. Like, and that's kind of what they do, right? Like,
I got the Ram Guard. Like, put me 1,000.
Although I don't think the fists really shine until like M33,
right?
When like the whole like the Rise of the Beast and the orcs trying to attack Terra. Like, I think that's really like
or then they come through and they do it.
No, probably one of the two. Like one of the two. Like I'm getting on my jet bike, and we're going after it.
That I can totally see. Mm-hmm. I can 100% see the fucking
because they're small unit tactics too. So they're moving small. You know?
No. I see you moving in a small team, just not in a subtle way.
Yeah,
that's what got me on the Raymond card thing.
My Lehman Russ for a fucking
Big Jim is not the B in subtle.
And if you said Imperial Guard, it would be one of Gaunt's ghosts. I'm going to petition to be on that show.
Gaunt's ghost?
Oh my god. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Is there a petition process?
Do
you need a signature? I'll sign.
I'd sign that. Yeah.
I want to be the flamethrower guy because that guy, first of all, he lives through all the books. He gets all fucked up, but he fucking burns people alive all the time, and he lives through all of it.
That's true.
He's kind of a goofball. Like he's the big goofy fucking dude. He doesn't say goofy shit. He's just like goes see thing, kill thing, and they're like, holy shit. So
they're just like, make that not be there anymore. And he's like, yep, got it.
Yeah. So no, I want to be that guy.
Okay. Oh, me? As far as like what Legion I would go?
Yeah.
So Jim probably already knows what I'm going to say, but if I could pick a Legion and go be part of it, it'd be Alpha Legion.
Yeah.
Same kind of mission. They do the same kind of things.
But I like Alpha Legion because of the big steerage thing. It's not the whole like pick a battlefield and we'll go and do it. It's we're going to go make these tiny surgical cuts that are going to steer big picture.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
they're always big picture. They're always
they're 100% big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeding Terra or the solar system for years prior to the Horus Heresy. Not even knowing that there's going to be a Horus Heresy, like not knowing that that's
they do.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, he does.
I don't know if he knew exactly what was going to happen, but
nobody wants to talk about that in the book. But when in the book Legion, when he goes and he goes in that room with that Farseer and literally gets to see like the next 10,000 years, and he knows what's happening, and all he does is come out and be like,
"Yeah,
Big E's my boy, though," and like he's like, so they're just here for it, and it's like he knew,
yeah.
and but the thing is that he got marked a traitor, I think by choice, whereas I think a lot of the other traitors
we're just
was like victim of circumstance kind of thing.
Yeah, most of the traitors that got turned were just being like Perturabo is a great example where he like went back home. There was a rebellion, and he basically decimated his whole planet. And then all of a sudden, after he kind of woke up from his like angry fever dream, he was like, "I can never go back."
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like I love to do the whole like the wolves were wrong and they got manipulated and blah 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 because it spins people up and it makes me laugh. But the fact of the matter is that before all the information came out, before everybody kind of knew what was going on, it was, well, Big Daddy E made Horus the boss man, and boss man said, do this. And so I went and did this. I didn't find out till
later on. Yeah.
It was not the will of the emperor.
Yeah. So, who knows?
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But, no, Alpha Legion, I like. Well, the fact that every member of the Alpha Legion is an integral part of Alpha Legion. It's not we have, you have chapter masters and you have chaplains and you have captains and they matter. Yeah. And then the rest of you are just
cannon fodder.
You're just here. Like
just above cannon fodder. Yeah.
You're really high speed cannon fodder.
Right.
And Alpha Legion, though, has always been set up to where it's like, look, every single one of the Alpha Legion are hyper intelligent. They can go in and do it. Like even their Primarch, and their Primarch definitely doesn't have the whole like, my sons do what I do, because like all of them can introduce themselves as Alfarius, and Alfarius is like, nope, I'm just another Space Marine. Like it's like theirs is but they have a very, very different mission style. I like that. I like that there's Alpha Legion members that are also like quote unquote members of other legions, because they can just kind of show up and they're like, we're just here to make sure everything's groovy. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
You'll never even know I was here, because you don't know I was here.
Yeah.
Like so I like the way the Alpha Legion operates. and it's very different from. So I love their lore. I love the way they operate as far as play style is concerned. And again, I own a game store and all this kind of stuff. So the play style comes in. Death Guard are my boys. Like, I just love the way the Death Guard plays because that is it's the opposite of Alpha Legion, right? Because the Death Guard is like,
I will stand in this line.
I'm going to stand on this line and I'm just going to walk at you. And there's no anything other than just right now. It is just this moment.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about next turn. I'm not worried about it. Is just like, give me a hug. I just want that's all we want.
Yeah.
So Alpha Legion. And then behind that, probably Caliban Loyal Dark Angels.
Caliban Loyal Dark Angels.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're a traitor, man.
Yeah.
No, straight up. Fucking hard on for fucking Luther.
Yeah. Well,
so why? Okay. Please explain that.
Because he fucking feels bad for him. Like he got fucked over.
Because he got entirely fucked. This dude is the whole reason this Primarch even like has any ability to do anything.
Right.
And then the Primarch and the rest of the Legion just fucks those dudes. Essentially, it's like 50 guys, right? And they're like, hey, we know that you're essentially like the keystone in everything that the Order stood for.
Right.
But
things change.
Fuck off. Oh, and then go back and save the homeworld while you're at it.
Yeah.
And we're still not going to help until now I require you to train more bitches for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you actually do all the heavy lifting because I can't be bothered to do it. But you taught me everything. So could you teach all these sons of bitches too? So it's such an amazing example of loyalty to what you believe is right and not loyalty to what you told was right. So it's not blind loyalty. It's like it's earned loyalty. And I admire that. I think most Dark Angels players or fans of it dig it because it's this very Arthurian, like kind of knight
very
thing.
Much so. Yeah.
For me, the Caliban Dark Angels, like the ones that stayed loyal to Caliban and were like,
and the Order and all that kind of stuff.
And they didn't flip because Horus came and was like, look at what they're doing. They didn't have any idea what was going on. They were just like,
he was just convenient.
They were just like, dude, the Imperium has abandoned us. They've destroyed our home. Like everything we stood for, the whole reason that we are what we are, they took from us.
Yeah.
Like we just want that back. It's not that we want to replace the Emperor. Like y'all go do whatever the fuck you want to.
We just want to
leave us alone.
We just want to be left alone so we can do our thing, right?
But it's amazing.
And I admire that level of loyalty.
But it's amazing that there are some worlds like Caliban who just get completely screwed. But then there's other like Primarch worlds like Fenris and the White Scars home planet where the Primarch was able to hold on to their traditions and their beliefs and was like for example, like I'm a huge Space Wolves fan and they're like Russell's basically was like, fuck off, you are not allowed in this place.
Well, and Fenris still holds on to all of the like runic magic and the belief in tradition.
Well, he really pushed. Maybe it's a function of what his job ends up being that they kind of left him alone, or even Chorgris. Like, there's nothing there. There's a bunch of tribes. There's not a lot of there, so they're like, all right, fine. This is the home world that you're going to be able to draw recruits from. We're not going to change how you do things. Same with Fenris.
Yeah,
it's working.
Fenris recruits like a motherfucker.
Right?
They only recruit from there.
Fenris. That's why you can't really change it. You can't make it a technological marvel because you're going to screw up how they do business. Same with Chorgris. You can't change a lot of that stuff. I think you can change. I mean, you can change a lot of the other worlds. But what I'm saying is that,
like, on your point about the Caliban thing, is that a failure of leadership?
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think what I like about Caliban loyalists is I hesitate to call them traitors only because they're not traitors. They didn't abandon. They actually just were like, we've been abandoned.
Yeah.
And so they weren't really on either side. They were just kind of.
Anything they did with Horus was convenient so they could stay away from.
And I mean, I think you have to have that, right?
It was more of like an enemy of my enemy.
Yeah. And I'm sure we will discuss some of those characters, right? Like Cypher and all those guys that are kind of like, and what the Cypher is, that it's actually a name, it's a position, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have that discussion. And Yeah, maybe some of the stuff that Cypher's doing, but then again, Cypher also pops up and like helps out loyal legions.
He does good shit. Like a lot of what he does is never.
Yeah. So I guess you're right. Like those kind of those Caliban loyal Dark Angels and the Alpha Legion, very similar kind of.
What I think it comes down to is a lot of 40K and even Horus Heresy and stuff like that is that we very much go like there's two sides.
Yeah.
There's the traitors and there's the loyalists and that's it. But there is kind of this third faction that's in there that's like both y'all are fucked. Yeah. Like I don't
want to be here with either of you.
So
the shit with the Dark Angels, they're fighting their own. They fight chaos and they do all that shit, but they get their own problems.
With their own problem loyalists.
Well, and that they're trying to keep a lid on so nobody else knows what the hell's going on.
And then there's those ancient races that are talking to them that are like, look, we're not, the Watchers in the Dark and all that kind of stuff that aren't like, look, your emperor is going to unleash absolute just evil power onto this galaxy if you don't do something.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how do you know? And it's like, well, we kind of come from the same place. We're just not as fucked as those guys. So not saying we're not fucked. We're just not as fucked as those guys. So like, so
it's like,
so I mean, it's the Caliban loyalists deal with some really interesting stuff. And I like Alpha Legion because of that too, because I think Alpha Legion is going to essentially end up, and I'm going to keep saying it if we get fans, they're going to be like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. I think they're the actually only true loyalists there are.
To the Emperor's original vision? Or the
I think they're the only ones that are still operating with the original vision of how to ensure mankind's longevity. I think it's only the Alpha Legion.
And with that.
Yeah. Now you, buddy.
Wow.
Now I know you play Wolves on the Table.
Yes. And I chose my army because I just like the idea. I'm like, if I were to choose 2 legions, or if I had 3, the 3 things that I would choose, people were kind of going to 3, is
I only picked 2.
You do 3. You did 3, didn't you? No, maybe 2.
Legion of Caliban, Raven Guard, and White Scars.
All right, fine, 2. I would do...
Getting greedy.
I know, sorry. I'm just going to... The 7 legions I would choose in no particular...
What I would pick is these 9, and they're all on this side.
No, I would do definitely Space Wolves. Because
you are a fan.
I'm an actual fan.
And you are not just a model fan.
No,
like
I'm a fan of
legitimately,
the lore.
you know the story, you know the characters.
I fell in love with that whole Nordic Viking kind of ideal when I lived in Sweden for a year, in my life, and I was around that, and I was able to go to burial mounds of ancient dead kings, and you walk into the chapel at Uppsala, and you're just like, oh fuck, that is a Swedish king that died in the 10th century, just right there. Like that's his tomb. Like we know he's right there, and you're just like, holy shit, this stuff like actually was real. Like this stuff happened, And then my I would probably either say number 1 and I'm going to say both of them is a White Scar, because I just love that kind of very much that I love the dichotomy of a tribalism that is forced into modern.
Yeah.
To a modern
which is kind of both of those legions, right?
Like I mean, so they're pretty much like the same thing. Like they're very tribal, they're barbaric, but they are forced into very quickly into a modern world that they did not know exist, but was able to keep their identity throughout this integration into just being like showing up and being like, no, we actually have like jet propulsion and ships and shit,
they very quickly assimilated it.
Yeah,
if you look quickly. At what they did with the White Scars. Sorry, it's clearly Genghis Khan and
but even
Mongolian hordes.
We're gonna
trade our horses. We're gonna get fucking bikes.
Oh yeah. We love horses. Like, you have these things that are like horses. Yeah.
Give us those things.
Yeah, give us those.
Oh, the spaceships. Yeah, hey, we're gonna modify those so we can go really fucking fast, and nobody's gonna know about it until we.
But every legion's been pulled from something, right?
Like, of course,
the Ultramarines are Romans. Yeah. Like, they're. I mean, they're.
But I also enjoy the idea that other legions look at those 2 legions and just see barbarians, stupid barbarians. And then when you really look at their lore and you start reading about them, they are incredibly intelligent. They know what the fuck
they had to go from. I mean, it was much easier for the Ultramarines to be like, we're going to be part of this thing. We've already got technology ourselves, so we'll just go and we're good.
Well, you had a mini empire that just got essentially folded into a bigger empire.
And then it was really like, we're going to leave you alone for the most part anyway. and the technology is roughly
because the Ultramar segment is 500 worlds already, or something like so.
It's the Ultramar, So it's basically they're just like, hey, this is ours now, and you're like, cool, awesome. Whereas these things were they.
How can you come in and take it? Well, see, the guy that you like is actually my son, so we're just gonna.
It's ours.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
And
he was like, I got you, Dad. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like good. I need to sign some papers.
Nothing really changes.
It's fine.
But Dad, I did draft this contract that's 792 pages long.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna need your autograph on it in 87 pages.
Yeah, could you initial here?
Yeah,
and here,
and it's
and
like,
here.
Just imagine the Emperor just going, Bobby.
Bobby, can I do an auto pen? Can we do an auto pen?
Yeah, Bobby. Look, here's what it is. I'm gonna prick my thumb. I'm just gonna touch a page. We're gonna be good.
We're gonna be done. That's gonna be it.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's all anybody needs.
I have signed it all. Oh yeah, you have that.
Yeah.
But those are the two that I think are the most fascinating, and I would love to be a part of because there's still a ton of.
They're independent.
Independent.
Yeah, truly independent.
They left them alone for the most part.
Yeah, and they've left them alone, and they're independent, and they still do their rites of passage. They still do. They drink and they fight and they do all this fun stuff, and then then they go off and they go fight for the Emperor. And they're.
I'm not gonna lie. Space Wolves are probably some of the most self-realized motherfuckers. Like when you start reading the lore, and these dudes are like, we don't feel fear. Like, it's just not something we allow ourselves to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the only escape we have from our existence is the skaldic tradition of storytelling.
Yeah.
But you have to come in, and the only things that scares us is that which we can't kill, which is quite literally anything that's pulled out of the warp. Because they're like, we can't fight magic. Like, you can't, like Chainsword and Bolter doesn't kill magic. I can't fight that, so it scares me. So the only way that they escape from anything is the whole, like, you have to tell me a story that scares me. So they only want to hear stories of magic and, like, what comes out of the warp in this extra plane, because it's the only thing that kind of gives them the wiggles. So they're like...
They're all about it.
So that's their only escape, because as soon as they deploy, as soon as they, like, make planetfall, as soon as they do it, fear's just not allowed. They just turn it off.
But it's not so much of like a turn it off. It's more of like I want to die. Like, if I can die in a way that is good, then it's like they still. It's like imagine like getting off that plane and being like, oh my god, I fucking hope I get annihilated in the most.
But it just has to be with honor, and that's their whole thing.
They have one of the last novels talks about, and there's just like 5 or 6 of these guys left, and they're getting ready to drop. And they're having a conversation just kind of like that. And they're like, it's not necessarily like they're like, yeah, we're scared. Because I think they had somebody with them that wasn't a space wolf. And like, we're scared, but we're not scared. Like, we've learned how to put it away. And we learn, like, we're probably going to our deaths, but it's going to, again, mean something.
Yeah.
And Jazz and I have both been in combat. At some point, you're just like, well, it's your time to go. It's your time to go. But I don't want to, I want it to matter. And they all try to sell their lives very expensively.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the Space Marines. It's like 1 to 100. Basically, one Space Marine should be able to smoke 100 fucking regular dudes before they go, kind of thing.
That's why so many of them, if you do read the lore and stuff like that, and it's like, it's no different than the last 100 campaigns we've been on in the last decade. And it's like, son of a bitch. Yeah. What? And it's like 100 campaigns in a decade.
Yeah. So especially with like the Space Wolves, they just send them out as fast as humanly possible.
And so, but I think a lot of it is, and the reason that I do like the wolves. I think
Wolfison stuff.
I like the wolves. What I don't like are the.
You don't like the fanboy shit around them.
There you go. Yeah. I don't like the Space Wolf fanboy shit. Like when you didn't actually dig into
style of fucking.
No, exactly. No, and it's like the whole like, and it's like. I don't like the ones that are like, I love metal. You ever listen to 5 Finger Death Punch? And it's like, shut the fuck up. Just sit down. They're like,
I like 5 Finger Death. But I understand exactly what you're saying. Don't just fucking 5 Finger Death Punch for me, motherfucker.
Yeah. It just bugs me. And it's like, if you're gonna be into it, just be into it. And it's like, why are you into it? Like, I think the models are cool. Awesome.
Fine.
Cool. That's a passable excuse. But I want to hear like, I love their lore. And it's like, cool. Do you understand where their lore comes from?
Yeah.
And it's like. well, no, it's like,
the
have
Vikings
you read
laser
it?
guns or
Like, have you read their books? Like, have you read all their stuff? They're like, no. And I'm like, so you read the 3 pages in the front of their codex, and now
you thought that was really,
you want to
really
tell me the lore's there because
yeah.
they're called Space Wolves and they kind of look Vikingish because
and like, and you get into to the lore, like it's like they don't want to be called Space Wolves. They fucking hate.
Well, that's
shit.
where the big joke is that there's no wolves on Fenris. That's where
they fucking hate that. Like, they're like, no, we're not. Like it was a way we described ourselves one fucking time, and now this is what everybody fucking calls
because they're
us.
the something Fenrica, the
Venriferica.
Which is literally just the sons of Fenris. Like it's just like,
and they call themselves the Rout. Which
the
is
Rout.
like,
they're a Rout,
which basically means like the Horde.
The Horde,
And then they live in an ite, which quite literally just means like den. Like it's like they don't even have a name on it. It's just the ite. Like,
and people call it the Fang because it looks like a fucking tooth coming out.
But they don't. But they like don't. All of that stuff. It's funny that even in the lore, there's fanboy shit about the Space Wolves, and it's like,
and the Space Wolves are like,
come
no,
on,
we're not that.
like,
I'm like, because they are, they're intelligent. Like I love the stories. There's several,
but they also know what they are.
Yeah,
and it's in the books where they literally, in what's the? I can't remember the name of the book. There's a Space Wolves novel for Horus Heresy, and it's actually
the
being
Wolfsbane one.
No. It's being. So I think it's actually Burning of Prospero.
Okay, yeah,
but it's being told from the perspective of the human.
That's one of the.
That's been like essentially upgraded to that becomes one of their scalds to be able to to see them. Yeah. Well, he's there to watch and then be able to tell the stories.
One of their remembrancers.
Yeah,
but he's not a remembrancer. Because the wolves are like, you're not a remembrancer now. Now you belong to us. And you're here to watch. You're a scald. You can go wherever you want. Mm-hmm. You can watch and do whatever you want.
That's fascinating.
But your job is also to be able to recount these tales back to us.
Because we don't write shit down.
Yeah. And they also kind of say, like, and part of your job is to scare the shit out of us. Like, if we're back at the ite, your job is to sit and recount these stories of shit that scares me. Yeah. Like, your job is to be fucking scary. And if you're brought along, it is our job to always make sure you're protected so that you can see what we do. Yeah. And it's like, that's fucking fucking gangster.
That reminds me of two really interesting short stories of the Space Wolves. One is a story of a scald at one of their feasts or something like that. And he's just a regular human. And he's telling this story and he's basically talking shit to everyone. All of these Space Wolves, like, as much as you want. He's like, and you guys aren't going to do a fucking thing about it. You know, and he's like, hey, get me more beer. Like, just tell the Space Wolf, like, hey, I'm talking right now. Go get me more shit. And the guy, like, has to go do it. Well, but it's because he's a protected person.
Yeah. Because they're viewed as more important, right? Yeah. Because that one is the one that can carry on the story. You may be the one that made the story, but if you're fucking dead, it's not like you're going to go.
Your job is to die. Yeah, I'm the one who's got to fucking keep this going.
I have to tell your story.
But in that book, what's his name? He's one of the last.
That's why we're a marginal fucking.
We warned you that like we're just like man.
Somebody's screaming.
We kind of know the lore.
Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis. No, it's he's one of the Space Wolves that was still made on Terra.
Okay.
So when they leave and like go to Fenris, he's like the old motherfucker. So he's got like the gray hair and everything. Even as an Astartes, he's like. He's old. Mm-hmm. Longtooth.
Whatever.
Anyways,
Bob.
He's like one of the rune priests. Yeah. Like he's an elder of the route, like the whole 9 yards, and like so everybody kind of respects him and holds him in high regard, but he's not necessarily in charge either. Like he's just kind of around, and he's talking about it, and he's talking to the Skald because the Skald in that book came as
a remembrancer. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
He came as a remembrancer, and then they're like
fucked up. Like in combat, like his legs get broken and shit like that, and then he like takes a nap and wakes up, and it's been like 2 decades.
Yeah,
and they like fixed him up, right? As soon as they're talking to him about it, though, and the Longtooth dude's like, you need to keep in mind, like, why the Emperor made his sons. Like, this isn't he was lonely.
Yeah,
he made
a job.
He made a tool for everything his empire needed to do. So like there is the warrior and there's the artist and there's the the logistician, and there's the tactician, and then there's the one that is supposed to assume the throne after the emperor's done. Like there's the one that's supposed to inherit. And he does the whole like, okay, but the Wolf King, like, what's his job? And he just goes, he's the executioner. Like, that's his only fucking job. Yeah. He's not supposed to do anything else.
Yeah.
He's the stick.
And when you are just the sharp edge of the blade, yeah, you're going to get left the fuck alone. Because it's like, I don't need you to do anything. Yeah. But literally just drop the axe.
Keep an eye on these motherfuckers because they're all a bunch of cagey fucking bitches.
Or don't.
Yeah.
You go do your fucking thing and you hang on to your snowball and you fucking go do your thing.
And I'll let you know when
we're going to, and then we release you.
And then every once in a while you're going to get a call that says like, this is fucked. And you're going to go like,
okay, let me go.
Roger. Now, at the same time, you need to understand that if you call that man and go, this is fucked.
There's no turning this off.
Yeah. There's no like,
you don't putting the pin back.
You don't get, whoops. Hey, can I get it at a 6? And it's like, no. It is either
call somebody else.
It's either I'm chilling, or it's at 11.
Yeah,
like that's
and that's a really cool idea about it too.
And but because of that, I think because they're only that single tool when the empire calls, they are just that thing. I think is why they're allowed to have such an independent culture, because you don't need your executioner all the time. This isn't a tool that's constantly grabbed, right? So that's the one that gets left in the drawer on the bottom on the right. When you need it, you're super glad you have it. But when you don't, you kind of forget about it.
And like, also when you read that the Legion lore in the Horus Heresies, they start off as like, we're the executioner. And Leman Russ is the same way. Towards the end, he's like, do I want to do this anymore?
Yeah, but it takes like 10,000 years.
Yeah.
But
the problem, the one problem is they need to show him eventually. Black Library's going to have to come around to the point where, like, what else have they done? What else has he been forced to do?
Do you know what Lehman? Do you know what he needs? He needs a fight that is actually a challenge.
Yeah,
that's what Russ needs, and I think that's actually, in my opinion, that's why he sounds like he's bored now.
Yeah,
because it's like, fuck, man, it's been 10,000 years of me just show up and I beat ass and then I go home.
Yeah, I wreck shop and I leave.
And it's like, you made this weapon, and yet it's yet to come up against anything
worth the damn.
That's why challenges the weapon.
That's why he leaves.
The only thing that was
they see something, they hear something, they go and he takes the 13th Company and they fuck off into the warp and they go do whatever it is he's doing.
Yeah.
But my point was, he got to this point, but only really they show the drop on Prospero and what they did to the fucking Thousand Sons. Really, they got to show what he did to the other two legions.
I think it's only one legion.
Yeah.
One legion is literally lost. Like,
gone.
Just.
Yeah.
No, it's not that they were scrubbed. They like literally just got.
Never found them, or.
So it's either they didn't find them, or when they did, the Emperor was like, oh, okay, we're just going to leave that one there.
Okay.
And then the other one gets scrubbed. And those are the two sons that just aren't talked about.
And show that at some point. And if it's Russ who had to deal with him, why? And show, because he got to the point that he got bored or he didn't like doing the things he had to do.
But that's my point, is that if Russ is built to essentially just go, there's 19 of you, there's 19 just like you.
Yeah.
But you have the ability to take out all 19 of them.
Yeah.
And these are demigods. So the only thing that is more powerful than them is the Emperor. And even at that point, we see that, like, it can get damn close, right? Yeah. So it's like, so you've made this warrior who has grown up in a culture of
survival.
I'm only seeking an honorable death. Like, that's my purpose, is to find a challenge that will put me down.
And then he can't do it.
And you just can't find it. Of course, you just kind of go like, this is fucking bullshit. This is just really boring. Like,
this sucks.
Yeah.
And
so
that's what you're seeing as Sleeman Russ later on. After there's several horror stories of him, like after the Horus Heresy and stuff like that, where it's just like him, just like being like, it's depressing.
I don't think it's a regret. I think he's just bored.
Yeah, but
I think he's just like,
it's not regret, but it's depressing to read him, because he's just like, I'm fucking hanging out in the bottom of the Et, bottom of the Fang in like my own private chambers that no one knows I'm down here.
Yeah.
And they're all up there like going to war and doing all this stuff. And I'm just like, I'm not in it. I'm not in it.
Well, in all of them, when you read their books, you're always seeing this more and more challenge, right? So you'll see like that board game that they play.
Regicide?
That like tactical
Regicide? Is that it?
That's the one that's like
chess.
Imperial wide.
Yeah.
The wolves have like their own like stone board that they play or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'll have these dudes that are playing like 3 or 4 boards at a time. So it's like one dude and he's playing like 4 other Astartes doing this thing. And it's like, so you know that like anything that's a challenge, everybody was always looking for, how do I get this to the point that I lose? Because that's the only point that I can find my edge at, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Lehman that's just like,
I got nothing.
Yeah, I guess I'm just hanging out. Like I'll get back to my knitting. Like what?
And then,
what do you want me to do here?
Even like the story Wolfsbane where he goes and like he gets like the spear and he goes and finds Horus and is like, all right, I'm just gonna go take out Horus. I guess that's what I got to do. Yeah. Kind of thing. Like there's a part where he's like going against like a servitor and it's at full maximum capacity and he has like a stick. And he's just like, this guy is like as big as a dreadnought. And this thing is like made just kill everything. And he's like, yeah, I got a stick. And I'm going to see how far I can go with this. And of course he fucking beats him. And he's like, God damn it. Like, this is the best we have. And I gave myself a stick and I can't do it.
Yeah. So,
he's a drug.
And that's what's kind of cool about like their Legion. If you actually like read their Legion and it's not just like, I like baby blue and they got fangs. And it's like,
I hate their color too.
Like read their shit. They're originally gray.
They're originally gray. And
they're just
beautiful.
gray.
It looked beautiful. Yeah.
The baby blue didn't come till like.
Till everyone had to have their own colors.
Yeah. But they were just gray.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all well. But yeah.
So that's your Space Marines. So, all right. There you go.
So there you go. So now you know what Legions like, which read into that as much as you want to. Because I'm not going to lie. The Raven Guard,
I would love to have more lore about Raven Guard.
Yeah, but the Raven Guard and White Scars are so like
opposite side. Yeah,
for whatever reason, you don't get
color-wise, they're like as opposite.
You don't get. I think they kind of were like, well, we've got the Alpha Legion. They kind of do the same thing to an extent. We've kind of got.
Well, so the Raven Guard, you dare degrade my Alpha Legion like that
with their bullshit, fucking traitors, fucks. I don't know. No, there just isn't enough Raven Guard stuff in their mission. I think it's a lot of their writers have their niche. Different guys write different things. Right. And what you need is a guy who understands special operations. Like Dan Abnett probably could write it really well. He's just too busy doing other shit.
The problem is that Astartes special operations is really
feels like
boring.
an oxymoron.
Because you know what it turns into is like 5 superhumans showed up and nobody was left alive.
Yeah. I think what you do, you drop these guys in on a planet, like 3 guys. 3 guys build this guerrilla army of 1,000 dudes, train them up, and then go fight. And you can have books like that. They don't need
1,000 dudes. That's the problem.
It depends. If you've got like this planet spanning fucking invasion, incursion by chaos, you might be able to.
If you want to tell me that they're putting together little tac teams and they're translating them into the warp and they're going and doing tactical strikes in the warp.
Yeah, you drop 5 guys onto a fucking planet in the eye,
in the eye. So then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Now you got like a team of 5 dudes that are killing demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I can get down.
And you can do that.
But if you're going to be like, no, we dropped these 3 Astartes on this planet because there was like this one magistrate that was decided he got a little bit of power.
A little bit too much.
And it was like, so 4 miles out, this Marine went punk and put a round with its eyeball, and that was the end of the story.
And that was
fuck yeah, baby. Let's do this shit. No,
that's a 1-page story. Like
it'll be a good one. Like they insert they move. They have.
But you don't even need it because some asshole like me is going to read it and be like, "What about the Officio Assassinorum?"
Yeah,
that's like all they do.
No, but the warp. Well, because I mean, there's humans on some of those planets that are being like whatever. And if they have,
there's the possessed and all that.
And they could turn them and they could try to bring them back. They could use them to fucking. And kill. You have to kill a greater demon. And that's the mission and that's the point of the story. Yeah, absolutely. But nobody's writing those stories, regardless.
Yeah. Now that would be dope. I can get behind that. If I find out that's what the Raven Guard was doing, is that they were out just like
they need to be doing something,
doing all this fucking.
What I want to see is,
and then they were writing fucking slam poetry in their downtime, just out there. Just emo as fuck.
Did you see the just to kind of make fun of Raven Guard? Did you see the heads of the Primaris?
It's so bad.
So like just swept flock of seagulls, like just over their left eye.
So they got a whole army box for Christmas this year.
Oh, it's so bad.
And Yeah, so the heads that they made that don't have helmets on them have this whole the big
the emo fucking
dude, it was like, I want to kill my mom. I want to kill my dad. Yeah, dude,
yeah.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
Just a lot of My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, it's a whole lot.
That actually happens when you open it. It's just like Black Parade.
The first page of the directions actually says this is not a phase. That's actually that's who I am. It's who I am.
It's who I am. But I was gonna say
I was a young boy.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? My father lost me into the war.
Now you're just a bunch of crows.
Yeah.
End of story. But
then it drops into a Brandon Lee skit, and it's fucking it just gets weird.
I would love to see a Raven Guard versus Night Lord's book.
Yeah,
I would read the fuck out of that. 2 shadow-like things just trying to let's throw them into a dark place.
That's just Batman versus the Crow.
And yes, I would read Batman versus the Crow as well. Thank you for bringing up a great secondary piece of literature I can bring up.
100%. No, I'd watch it.
No, I would 100%
Crow
watch
at that point's immortal.
Yeah,
and Batman's doesn't use guns.
Okay, fine. We'll go Batman versus Nightwing. That actually is probably a little bit more of an actual relation.
Fuck Nightwing. Let's not even do that. No, you can do a quadruple backflip. We get it.
Even the German judge gives you a 9.0.
Yeah, 9.3. The Russian says no. Takes away your medal. But I would read a Night Lord Raven Guard.
They've pushed so much energy into the Horus Heresy and then the Invasion of Terror that there just hasn't been any bandwidth to write anything really good otherwise. So.
Yeah, well, and I think whoever Dan Abnett is tapping into to be able to write big unit like military lifestyle story knows what the fuck they're doing. Because when you read their stuff, like when you read Dan Abnett's stuff, especially when the IG's involved, it's like I don't know who you're talking to, but somebody wore the uniform because like the way they talk to each other and stuff is just
his last book with the Gaunt's because his last Gaunt's Ghost prequel that's right out of the Corn Academy in Baghdad. So he had somebody in the British military who was like fought in the counterinsurgency, like fairly high up in the counterinsurgency, knew the nerd shit of what the Brits were trying to do in Afghanistan,
right?
And said, "Tell me how you guys do this." And then wrote a character who was trying to get the fucking Ghost and the Astra Militarum to do a counterinsurgency and understand the bad guys and everything. And he put that in a book.
Yeah,
see,
cool.
Yeah. So
whoever
he's tapping into, whoever he's got access to, actually knows what the fuck they're doing.
And that's always what Black Library needs to do. Like you have to realize that this is military like stuff first and foremost, and it needs to fucking make sense.
Well, I think I saw an interview with Tom Hanks the other day. Okay. And this guy, and he's like an internet blogger or whatever. And he got a hold of him outside of some theater.
Tom Hanks, the movie star?
Tom Hanks, the movie star.
Okay.
And
of Castaway fame?
Of Castaway fame. Also, the man with one red shoe.
Ooh. Joe versus Volcano.
Also that.
Money Pit.
So, The Burbs. But so he gets a hold of him outside of this theater, and the guy goes, "Hey, I'm a 10-year veteran of the Royal Marine Corps." So Tom Hanks goes like, "Prove it, drop and give me 25." And the dude did, like he dropped, and Tom was like, "Dude, you got to like 6." And he's like, "All right, get the fuck out. What do you want? What do you want to do?"
Yeah.
And he's like, and he asked him, he goes, "How out of all the military movies that you've either produced or been in or like just been involved with, how do they all not suck? Like you get it right when it's doing it." And it was one of the best answers I've ever seen when it came to how are you writing a military story that doesn't suck?
Because I'd say fucking Captain Dale died, but besides that.
Well, and what he said was, we don't tell the victory or the war story. We tell the people story.
Yeah.
So that you actually have something that you're paying attention to.
Right. Okay.
Because you care about the human spirit or the brotherhood or like why they're fighting and not just the win and not the fight.
Yeah.
Very few people actually care about the fight. They want to know, why are you fighting?
Mm-hmm.
And Dan Abnett does such a good job of giving these people a why. Like why they're doing anything.
How they got there. Yeah.
And
he's their best guy.
Oh, by far.
Well, but that's why they let him captain it. I mean, like, so all the interviews now and stuff, when they're like, it took us 19 years, but we're there, and he's like the creative director for the entire Horus Heresy, and he gets to write this all. Yeah. So he owns like that whole arc. Okay. So there's other authors that wrote books, but Dan Abnett controls like the whole arc of
he's
the story.
The editor in chief.
He's the creative director.
You got left and right limits, but he's the guy controlling those left and right limits.
Yeah, he's the creative director.
Basically, he's like, you need to say this.
And essentially, like if you write a book, like if Games Workshop comes to you and be like, you can write the book. Essentially, like for that arc for the Horus Heresy, Dan still got to read it and go like,
"You're crazy."
Yeah, no, this isn't gonna happen.
Yeah, this is.
And he was the one that did like the big architecture on like who had, like, where it all links together.
Okay. Yeah.
Like he's ultimately the call on like, nope, we're not doing that. That takes the lore in a place that we're not going, or like, so essentially the entire 30K lore was controlled by Dan Abnett. So by default, the 40K lore is controlled by Dan Abnett because 40K exists off of the 30K lore. So like everything that we now know about the actual story is because of Dan Abnett, and he wrote the final book. So we're finally going to see the wrap up of the arc, which is why 40K is in the condition it's in. Mm-hmm. He wrote that book, so that's in the spring. So
it's coming in the spring.
That's the last one. 19 years, 60.
Well, aren't they split into two?
64. No, the first one's already out. Yeah, 64 books.
And a bunch of short stories.
I think it's 60. I think it's 64 books,
novellas, and
not all of it's linear because technically there's the Horus Heresy Primarch stories, which aren't which are just like where the Primarchs fucking came from and shit like that. So,
of the Primarchs,
but I think it's 60. It's either 64 or 66 novels. We fucking warned you. Like we kind of know this.
I'm not reading the comments.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm just staring at the camera right now.
Do you know what?
At you.
Speaking of game stuff and awesome stories, do you know what I have in the store right now? It's finally here.
I don't know.
The Terminator RPG based
on
what? Based on
Can I be Sarah Connor?
Yeah. She's in the book.
Really?
Yep. It is actually based on the movie.
Is it the Future War, or is it like the time travel shit?
There's 3 eras. So you can either play the one from the 80s, like you can play the movie, or you can play it where it is where the T-800 and everything is like just all over the place and it's the Future War piece, or it's set up to where you can play anywhere in between. Because you can
like go back in time and to the 90s.
But the T-800's in it, Sarah Connor's in it, like all of it's in it.
I'll use Sarah Connor.
I don't remember the name of the company, but I do know it runs on a D10 system. It's the S5S system, so it's an all D10 system. So you have one D10, which is your success die.
Maybe the producer can
and then the four behind that, the other dice that you get to use are all
this means nothing to me.
Well, it's the degree of success that you have.
This means nothing.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm in.
Fucking Terminator.
I'm just like I was like 10 die.
Cool.
D10 is a 10-sided die.
I know. D10.
Yeah.
Great.
But you get 5.
Fucking awesome.
But the books are gorgeous. Like they showed up. There's one pure black book and one pure white book, and then it's just like the Terminator skull is just ghosted onto the cover.
That's cool.
Oh, they're sexy. Ooh. And the GM screen is called the Director's Guide. Because you literally are supposed to run it like a movie director. So the whole thing's just cinematic as shit. I was like, this is hardcore.
Flaming
it's so good.
In between his bullshit, he disappeared down the rabbit hole of this fucking bullshit fucking Fern Gully with.
Well, he had to go to the bottom of the ocean and the top of the rainforest.
Yeah. He talked about he said if there was going to be another movie, how he would do it. And he talked about like it'd be more AI. There'd still be combat and stuff, but it'd be more AI, definitely less Sarah Connor, less Arnold, and that kind of shit. So
essentially, he said there'd be more Matrix.
You may get another one if he gets around to it. And
it'd be very Matrix-y.
Yeah,
and I know what interview you're talking
about. And
that's
fine. Like
because essentially it turned into they wouldn't make robots. They would make like this super consciousness that would just run the world, right? So the only way to do that would be you'd have to hack in and break the consciousness.
Yeah.
Which is the Matrix.
What I want to see in the Terminator kind of lore is I want to see there is that at the beginning of Terminator 2, there's like the beginning of like they're in the war and everything like that. I just want to see that.
That's what everybody's wanted to see for 3 hours.
That's the one that had
no, that sucked though. It was so
the
fucking
Bale one, the one that had Christian Bale in it. It was so bad.
But
yeah. See the war, like the nukes go off, and then all of a sudden the robots and everybody's got to do shit.
We want the
and then I want to fast forward a year and a half. Like we're in the shit.
Yeah,
which I think is supposed to be in the lore,
right
like
there.
2021.
Yeah, like it's happening tomorrow.
Yeah,
no, it happened like 2 years ago.
Oh, we're in it.
Yeah, you're in the future war.
Oh,
you're living it.
No,
right
we're
now.
well in the future war.
To my future robot overlords.
Can we just keep doing the show?
Whatever.
Yeah, to my future.
Whatever, dude. I can't remember the back of the box cover, like what it said, but maybe 98, 97, something like that. No, it was August 5th, 1997 is when the nukes, right? When the nukes in Terminator 2, I think.
Yeah, well, because at the time it's 15 years forward, and that movie came out in 85 or
84, I think.
84, 85.
Hold on, we're all staring at our producer.
I think it's,
and she's just.
I think it was the year Doctor. But then she's like, it can't. The nukes dropped in like 97. I want to say August 5th. I don't know
when Sarah Connor's like holding on to the fence.
Yeah, and then she gets blown out in the extended version.
Yeah.
Anyway,
she's busy on TikTok instead of actually doing her fucking job. 97 is Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So you want to see like
you found that I want to see.
You want to see like 99.
Yeah, I want to see 99.
Let's start
Judgment Day happens. They're already been fighting back. I don't want to see the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to see us rising up. And
so you know what I want to see is
I want to see
the T800s. The T800s are rolling around.
No, here's what I want.
Everybody like
I want
we're on the back foot.
T700s.
I want to see that.
I want to see T700s.
Those are the shitty ones.
And we're able to start pushing back.
Yeah. We're on the back foot and we turn
so
it
then
around.
we're pushing back against the robots.
Yeah, right.
Against the T700s. And so they release the T800.
Yeah.
And we go, fuck.
Shit.
The only way we can do this now is we've got to try and travel back and fix this.
Yeah.
So that's the story I'd like to see.
So, I mean,
there's the T800s hitting.
But
you're getting.
I want it, but I
you may get into like the Sarah Connor Chronicles was a good TV show. You're getting an Aliens TV show. You're getting another Aliens movie.
I'm not gonna lie,
which is going to be a sequel.
Yeah, the Aliens
to Aliens, supposedly.
Well, Alien is already a quadrilogy.
No, you're going to get a sequel to Aliens, which is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be instead of what Alien 3 was, we're supposed to be getting an actual, a true follow.
Like where Hicks and Newt's not dead.
Yeah, I thought so. It's 2029.
Right, 29, yeah.
Oh, is that when it is?
So you want to see 27?
No. So okay, Terminator 2 at the beginning is 2029.
Yeah, that's when they go back in time. So you want to see the war from you want
I want to see 99.
I want to see
somewhere
2025.
Yeah, somewhere
I want to
see.
Yeah. I want to see us like deep in the shit of like.
So what you want is the 30 years between the nukes dropping and
No. I want to be right in the middle of that, like a snippet of
before the time travel bullshit, but after like it took us a while to get like as things have gotten going.
I want to see a movie of it being so shitty to be human. And then we start maybe winning a little bit, and there's like maybe a baby that gets born. I want like Children of Men, like verse, and great also like isn't a great movie.
So yeah, that would you probably
in
that universe probably 2010 somewhere in there. Like yeah.
I want already John Connor to be like already large and in charge, running shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to see an origin story.
At the big bad age of like 26.
Just
got the scars.
Just got the scar right down the face.
But I think in there
he gets the scar.
Yeah.
But honestly, in there I think is when they'd be fighting T700s.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm in.
But a T700 could give him the scar.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm 100%.
But he's able to kill this T700, and that's when the
T800
and Skynet is like,
and then it's like all of a sudden we have to send people back and we start
so they roll out the T800.
I want to see old school like military like tactics and all that kind of stuff.
Because then you could get the throwback scene, right, where they roll the T800s out and they just bring that scene back, where we get that future scene where it's the T800s marching forward
and then everyone's just like,
oh no, fuck, what is that?
How hard was it to beat a T700? And now we have these to go after.
Yeah. You could just run that scene again with them looking with the red
Wouldn't
eyes
that be
and everything.
A great
like,
movie? And
I'd watch the shit out of it.
You've been screaming that for fucking 20, 30 years.
You don't have to worry about Arnold. You don't have to worry about anybody.
No.
You just do you get a very charismatic good actor.
We don't have the T2000, so we don't have to worry about that. That's got.
I don't want any of the fucking liquid fucking metal bullshit.
No, just metal T800s. Just
Yeah, just
no
the metal
skin jobs,
skin,
no nothing. Just
just marching out like with their red eyes, just scanning the horizon.
Yeah, and then just
like
have them
fucking velociraptor.
and just have them obliterate things where there's like 6 of them, and it's taking out just droves of people. Just
like in lockstep, German marching down the.
And that could actually be the mission of they know Skynet has developed the technology to go back.
Yeah.
So we have to go steal it. We're be able to go back.
We're selling Rogue One for Terminator.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Rogue One worked very well.
Go do it. I don't know who, but you know who you are.
You could do
Go do it.
I just want to say that with that RPG book I have out there, we could play this. We could play this scenario.
I'll be a director.
Do a television show.
Nice.
There's a television show.
Director.
Do it.
We can turn the cameras on, and you could be the director of that game session.
I would have to wear a beret, though. You know, just like
no, it's required.
A bad.
It's either that or a dad hat.
Ooh, can I do both?
It's a dad hat that just flops over like a beret.
I like
you can do that.
Can I get a custom made job? I love it.
No, that's good.
Well, I want you to have the cutoff finger gloves that they all fucking wear.
Oh yeah,
for no real fucking reason. Yeah.
And a scarf that you never actually put around.
It's slightly
it just kind of is around.
And then I have like a pendant with someone's blood in it because I'm an artist. Yeah. And then I have to have those super uncomfortable director's chairs. Have you ever tried to sit in those fucking things?
Yeah.
They're the worst fucking things ever. Like, I don't know why that became like a thing.
Yeah.
It's like it just sounds the worst.
Have you ever sat on a less comfortable 2x4?
Yeah,
I have one right here.
Yeah. Would you like a sling of shitty fabric between your ass?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Do you have back problems? You do now.
This is what happens.
But we could make the stream happen. We could just spin the cameras to that table over there.
There's a game.
Yeah.
And run the Terminator RPG, and you could tell. I
don't even know what I want to be. I just want to be a guy.
I just want to be a dude.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna play that,
I want a plasma rifle in the 40-watt range, and I want to run around.
It's gonna be great. A directorial accent.
Yep. Like if we played that, I would literally just be a human. Yeah. Like not a modified one. I don't have any implants. No, nothing.
I don't think you get I don't think you get
just
implants.
A dude. I want a peg leg.
I like it. Does it have to be?
You realize in that fucking universe, that's a fucking huge detriment. To the point where
it's a peg leg, but it's got
Jez, your guy is falling behind here. Let's go.
No. Like it would have like servos and pneumatics and shit in it, so that like it's.
Who's doing the maintenance on that thing? They were living in hovels.
No. They
can barely feed themselves.
But it's not like one of those
fix your bullshit leg.
It's
when
not like
it goes
one
down.
of those runner's blades kind of thing.
Dude,
like
you
we
be
have
rolling
now.
like every so often.
It's
like this fucking leg locked up.
I want the peg leg that all of a sudden like the foot detaches and then it like locks into like the accelerator of like a tank or something like that, or like you're the driver just like clack it into like the minigun, being like, no, I'm set now. Like this is me.
These people could barely fucking feed themselves in those movies, and now you've got a fucking servo fucking.
Yeah, I've got a pneumatic leg.
Yeah, no,
but it's a peg. It's still just a peg. Yeah. The bottom of it is just like they just cut off the like. It's the bottom part of a crutch that still has that little adjustable nubbin thing.
Yeah,
in it that you can move it up and down. Yeah. It's that. I still want the peg.
I'll buy giant fucking robots way more than I'll buy the fact that they can put your fucking leg back on.
A pneumatic peg.
Yeah,
there's no fucking time for that.
I'm in. I think it can work.
No.
It's thematically correct.
It's thematically accurate.
It's thematically accurate. It's for the lore. It's fun.
Did it for the lore.
I think anybody who gets wounded in that fucking era is like, you're just I got nothing for you, dude.
I lost an arm. Well,
you know what?
I'm okay. I can make it if
we had the discussion about all the different IPs that people say, like, man, I would love to live in the Tolkien world.
Yeah.
And nobody ever says, like, I'd love to live in the Warhammer world. Do you know what other one they do?
Terminator.
Nobody's ever been like, I would love to live in Terminator Future War. That's where I'd like to be.
That's like I lost a leg. It's like, well, here's a box of grenades, and hopefully they find you before you bleed out. And we gave you an extra ration tin and a half a glass of shitty water.
We found
hopefully you don't get dysentery and shoot yourself before you blow yourself up.
Here's what I recommend: drink this 30-year-old open Jack Daniels and pull all the pins. Like just
but the Jack Daniels is like 90% just gravel.
It's like, why does this look like mud? It is. It's
Jack Daniels.
It's actually just mud and diesel.
Yeah, it's diesel oil. It's fine.
You'll be fine, dude. You're not going to live long enough for this to actually do any damage to you.
It's charcoal filtered.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. It's JP8.
Yeah,
like just
just
drink it.
Just drink it.
Oh, here they come. We gotta go. We gotta go.
We're gonna go, but you're gonna stay here. I'm gonna need you to bang your peg leg against this pipe till they show up.
I just want the theme where the part where the guy's like, they hand him the thing, like, what is this, like motor oil? Like, you lost a fucking leg, you're about to die. Don't bitch about things, all right? Beggars can't be choosy.
It's all we have.
Beggars can't be choosy, dickhead.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think she's telling us to wrap
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, fucking. This is Warhammered. I'm Jazz.
I'm Jim.
I'm Beer Jim.
There you go.
Beer Jim.
Brought to you by Second Pitch Beer Company.
Pretty good beer.
It's, you know what? It might be, possibly,
Almost.
could be. I don't have anybody arguing with me, so I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Right.
The greatest beer.
Could be the best beer you've ever had.
It could be the best beer you've ever had.
It could be the best beer you've ever had.
And then we're working on a, right now, probably hopefully next episode, we will, in the future, I don't know when we're really getting this released, but we're working on a way to get it shipped to anyone in the country.
Boom.
There you go.
So
and I think for next Christmas, we're going to take my horses and we're going to recreate the old Budweiser commercial, except it's going to be with your beer.
I love it.
Because that's the greatest
I'm fucking
Christmas commercial of all time.
Yeah, no, totally.
As long as there's a B-reel of me falling off a horse.
Na 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 na.
Because I already did that in Nicaragua.
So go follow and like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. All Second Pitch Beer Company, and same here.
Yes.
And if you know some other people that like
sued by Budweiser,
that like fucking
fuck you, Budweiser.
Shitty recaps of gaming lore.
Yeah,
you know where to send them.
Marshall Wave Top Facts.
which will
some guy wrote a book, and there may be a few. I don't remember his name, and I don't remember the guy.
And then
the guy there,
the thing.
And then there's a shitty Arnold impression, and
it'll be great.
Yeah.
Other than that, come back and drink with us next time for a little more games, drinks, and hijinks here on Warhammered.
Let's do it.
Merry,
one of these
Merry
days,
Christmas.
we'll figure out a fucking sign off.
Yeah.
So,
Merry
right.
Christmas.
BattlePub Games Studios. So go find BattlePub Games.
The biggest gaming studio in Texas.
Truth. Actually, yeah. There you go.
Actually
So go do all that stuff. Yeah. Other than that, have a very happy holiday.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Go roll some dice, you fucking losers.
Yeah. Make it through your family.